Hello, hello, hello. It's Max here for a quarterfinal for the World Simulation Football Classic. We got some fantastic matchups to see today. East Africa, the surprise seconds of Group D, able to beat the British Isles and knock them out, versus the Pyrenees Union. The they absolutely dominated their group. 9 points out of 9. Central America, another team that you would have not expected to see out of their group, were able to make it out on the last day, beating Canada 3-0 versus Central Europe, who finished with 7 points. But first, we have East Africa versus the Pyrenees Union. East Africa going with Miko Rashford II, looking to see if they can make some more magic. Miko the Rashford II has basically been all of East Africa's team. Of course, with the other two Rashfords, you had Doug, who's been fantastic, and then don't forget the man in net, Walverson. And then, how much can I say about the Pyrenees? Every single position is held by a star. Julian Rubio, Pedrillo, Bonito, Fry. I could name the whole team, and you'd be like, okay, Max, we get it. They're all stars. But here we go. It's really some interesting stuff today. I'm personally hoping for maybe 1 or 2 penalty shootouts. But hey, here's Cotswold on the ball, trying to find someone in the middle, trying to get an opening goal. Joe Bonito with a header, but it's right to Walverson. Wentworth, JG, to Brandis, back to Doug the second, back to Wentworth. Wentworth finds Doug, to Wentworth, to Doug. Doug with the shot, and it's way over. Of course, it's really interesting to see how the beginning of the quarterfinal is going to go. It's make it or break it for these games. You lose, you're out. You win, you're through. It's a whole lot of other metaphors, analogies. I think analogies. But here's Cotswold on the ball for the corner, trying to find someone in the middle. It's headed away by East Africa. Rashford the third coming out, but only finds his way to Pedrillo. Cotswold kind of jumping over Doug the second's leg. Rashford the third clears. Rashford the second, but only out to Peixoto. Peixoto to Bonito. Bonito to Rubio with the shot, and there it is. But I think that was off. The referee just has his hands up. Will this count? Did the Pyrenees score early in this match? We will see. And the answer is yes. Julian Rubio on sides with a fantastic goal early in the match, getting the Pyrenees up 1-0. Peixoto to Bonito, and Bonito a first-time cross to Julian Rubio, who knows how to score these. I mean, fantastic from Rubio. And East Africa is down early. Doug the second, trying to find an equalizer. To Grimes. Grimes with the shot. And Cancelo makes a fantastic save. What a save. Especially when you need it. This is where goalkeepers come in clutch. Doug the second, East Africa, still pounding on the door. Wanting to break it in at this point. Falls back to Tarandis. Grimes with another shot, but it's way over. Some quiet I mean, the Pyrenees have really only had one shot, but as I've said before, they only need one shot to make it count. You could say that for every other team, and I'll tell you, but the Pyrenees are special. Let me have my things. And Criminal with the shot. Maybe I'm saying this wrong. It could be just criminal and not criminal. The player is from a Pyrenees nation. Therefore, Rashford the second, way off sides, but one-on-one with Cancelo, and there's the goal. It's not going to count. There's no way this counts. If this counts, I need glasses. And there it is, disallowed. Rashford the second was a mile off. I don't know why the referee, the linesman did not call it off. What a bust in between that. Bust and a half, maybe. It's Strangen. I'm going to say criminal. Whatever. You can, whoever the random criminal is wants to correct me, they can correct me. I'm happy to change, but here's Fry on the right. Finds Rubio once again, and there's the second. Easy for the Pyrenees, and they're up early 2-0. Cormier taking it down the right, having space to Cotswold. Cotswold finds Fry, and Bernardo Fry knows what to do. Get it to the big man up top. Rubio, who just slots it home past Walverson, and East Africa look lost. Trying to find your glasses on the floor when you have negative 20/20 vision. It's not an easy task, and that's what East Africa is trying to do right now, or is acting like right now. I have like maybe negative 0.5 and 1. Here's Fry once again. Fry finds the ball with the shot, but it's off the post. Yeah, but I like kind of need glasses to drive. I don't really need them elsewhere, which is why my commentary is so great. I can just like see the players on the pitch, and I know who's who. You know, maybe if I needed glasses, that'd be a different story. But I feel like for the next 40 years, I'm going to be just looking at a screen. That's got to decrease the eyesight a bit. But enough about me. Let's talk about the game. 2-0. The Pyrenees leading East Africa in the World Classic Championship quarterfinal. And what a first half it's been. I mean, we've really had 3 major chances for the Pyrenees, and 2 out of the 3 they've converted easily. East Africa not really being able to put up anything of a real attack, but that's what the second half is for. There's always time to make amends for a poor first half. I've been saying it all tournament, definitely a title contender. I said that they're going to make it to the final. I think I've said the same thing about Benelux or something like that, but nevertheless, we will see how it goes. I want to make it very clear the semifinal and the final have not been recorded, so I'm not spoiling anything. If I'm right, I'm right because I'm just great when it comes to ball knowledge. They wouldn't put me in the commentary box if that was not true. Calderon to Grimes to Calderon. East Africa need a goal to at least try to start something, but Cancelo's able to pick it out of the air, easy as you like it. Cormier now. Back to Cancelo. Risky stuff, but Pesotto has ice cold veins, finds Criminal. Criminal down the left. Criminal cutting in, cutting out, trying to find Rubio. Does. Rubio with the shot, but it's blocked by Gerard. And is out. Trower up here in East corner. Cotswold, you know who they are. Oh, he's on the corner. Playing it short. Benito, and it's over. East Africa really need a goal. Quick goal. Get the comeback started, but Peixoto on the ball now. To Cormier. Cormier going up. Finds Cotswold. Cotswold finds Fry. Fry on the right. Gets taken down by Grimes. To Rashford the third. To Grimes. Grimes getting pressed by Rubio. Rubio wins out Fry. Down the ball to Dybala. Dybala finds Benito. Benito finds Fry. And there it is. Julian Rubio with their hat trick. I said found Fry. Found Rubio. How could I make that mistake? Stands out like a tree in New York City or any other metropolitan city, but this is offsides. And that was close, a lot closer than Rashford's offsides. But hey, it's not to compare, to contrast. They both don't count. Durandis. Criminal wins out. Criminal starting a counter. Criminal cutting inside. Down the middle. Criminal is going to do it all themselves. Finds Cotswold. Cotswold maybe going to try to find one of their teammates. But Derbatov able to win out. But Cotswold wins right back. Petrillo back to Cotswold. Cotswold putting in a hefty cross. Benito with the header was over. Lofty, not hefty. Gerard. Gotta read more books. Grimes. Rashford the fourth to Grimes. Doug the second to Randis. Finds Rashford the second. Rashford the second taking it up the pitch with the shot. And Cancelo is able to pick that out of the air. Short, but still has hops. I wonder if they could pick an apple out of an apple tree. Criminal cuts out a pass from East Africa. Bonito trying to find something in the middle. Finds Fry. Fry with a poor touch. It's back to East Africa. Durandis on the right. Durandis trying to find Miko Rashford the second. Gets taken down the third to Calderon. Wentworth. Grimes. Grimes with the shot. And Cancelo with the save. If you pronounce Cancelo the way I am, you could say cancel it would be the translation in Spanish. I don't know about Portuguese. I can just say very few words in Portuguese. So cancel the goals. It's the joke. Cotswold on the corner. Finds Pedro. Pedro with the shot. It's blocked by Doug the second. Doug is going to come out to get it. But Criminal is there first. Criminal down the left. Criminal trying to find Rubio. Cuts inside. Doug the second once again clears it. After the third. Headed away by Calderon, but only out to Cotswold. Cotswold to Dybala. Dybala with the shot. And it's just over. Trying to catch Wallerson. Lagging, but unable to do so. And East Africa with 15 minutes left needs a goal to get back in this match. The Pyrenees have let up few and far chances. Pedrillo to Fry. Fry. Trying to find Rubio. Finds Bonito. And Wallerson makes an easy save. Will we see any major highlights or major chances? I'm feeling at least one or two from East Africa. Maybe one goal to get the comeback started. And let's see if they can get it across the finish line. To Randis. To Derbatov. Derbatov to Calderon. Calderon down the left. Calderon cutting inside with a shot. And it hits the side netting. Will we finally see a little bit more from East Africa? Dybala. Not the people that you want to see on the ball if you're an East African fan. Peixoto. To Cotswold. Cotswold down the right. Calderon gets there first. Calderon takes it away from Cotswold. Cotswold left in the dust. But you know how rapid Cotswold is. Getting pressed by Pedrillo and Cotswold. Doug the second unable to get there first. Fry gets it, but Doug the second off of Fry. To Randis. To Rashford the fourth. Rashford the fourth trying to find the second. Unable to. Doug the second. It's a ping pong game. The ball's flying everywhere. Wentworth able to head it away. Grimes to Calderon. Calderon. Taking it down the pitch, down the left. Fry comes in for the tackle, but misses the ball. Doug the second. To Gerard. Fry is able to cut a weak pass from Gerard. Gerard trying to find Rubio. Does. Rubio with the third. And there it is, Julian Rubio with their hat trick. I think this one's going to count. The referee's going to review it for offside. Maybe they went a little bit too early, but in my book, it looked on. There it is, the third. The Pyrenees put the game to bed if it was not already. Finds the P, and the princess can now go to sleep. Bernardo Fry does fantastic to wait for Rubio to start making a run. Doug the second loses their man, and Rubio slots at home. East Africa are going to bow out of this World Simulation Football Classic unless there is some miracle in store. Doug the second trying to start a miracle, but is blocked by Pedrillo. But Wentworth finds the ball to Rashford the fourth. Doug the second. Grimes. Grimes finds Rashford the third. Rashford the third with the shot, but Cancelo, who's been on top of it all game, makes another fantastic save. Give my flowers to Cancelo. East Africa have had few chances, but every single time that they've had one, Cancelo's been there to meet them. Blocked by Cotswold. Just a fantastic team performance. I love watching the Pyrenees play. Rubio has it away. Gerard with the header, cleared by Bonito. Cotswold. Pedrillo to Cotswold. Cotswold trying to find Bonito. Does Bonito, and there it is. Jogo Bonito finds the Pyrenees fourth. Simple as you like it. And that makes it 3 out of the 4 games that the Pyrenees have played that they've scored 4 goals. Just an absolute masterclass. Why change the tactics? What do you know what works? And the Pyrenees know exactly what works. 4-0, the Pyrenees. East Africa's 0. If the game wasn't over after the third, it's definitely over now. And East Africa, not even though, they played brilliantly in their group stage. But when you meet class, you gotta be perfect, and they just weren't today. But I mean, I'm gonna like kind of knock off the I don't know what's going on, but the Pyrenees are gonna win 4-0. I want to give huge props to East Africa. They played fantastically. Beating the British Isles is no small feat. They just were able to get 2 quick goals from Nico Rashford, and that was enough to kick out the British Isles. And they lost to the Pyrenees, but they still, even though they didn't play that well this game, still give them many props. It's hard to make it out of the group that they did. Yeah, just huge props to them. But back to the Pyrenees, who rightfully, win this match. There's no question about it. I mean, what can you say? Julian Rubio with 3, Coswald on fire, making plays. Bernardo Fry once again with 2 assists. Jogo Benito with 1 assist and a goal. And Cancelo, every single time that they had to make a save, they were there. Even when things looked tight, they found a way to make a save. And I mean, favorites to win the cup for sure. Ridiculous. But here we go. Central America versus Central Europe. Central America pulling off kind of a whirlwind of a win against Canada, who many did not see coming. Certainly, I did not see it coming, but hey, that's the thing. When you doubt, you may find out. Central Europe winning their group handily with 7 points, tying Norden 0-0, and then beating the other 2 teams in the group that included Eastern Europe and Eurasia. What a memory. Not like the fact that it's been a long time. I generally should, and Central America and Caribbean tying South America were able to make it out of the group after South America lost to Asia 3-1. But here we go. Central Europe trying to make it to the semifinals to join the Pyrenees. The group. Sorry, Dejiron. Where am I getting the group from? Maybe I do need more glasses. Damn. Clark on the ball. Finds Gaisberg back to Clark. Zoe Clark to Gaisberg. Gaisberg is going to have the first shot of the match, and now either the third makes the first save of the match. Either the third, kicking it away. Klaus. Pudsley now. Santori. Walker able to cut that out. Grudnar. Honanen. And what a fantastic save that Aguilera the third had to make there. Zoe Clark now. Trying to find someone. Does. Let's head away. Out to Grudnar. Clark. In to Klaus. Klaus with a shot. Aguilera makes a save. Late to Chevalier. To Walker. Back inside. It's headed away finally by Munoz. Clark. It's been all Central Europe so far. Chevalier. Clark. To Gaisberg. Chevalier with the shot. And there it is. Capybara Chevalier with a fantastic goal to put Central Europe up 1-0. What a goal it was. An absolute curler. Chevalier. Ooh. You know they can score those. Just no doubt about it. A perfect player for a volante position. And Chevalier opens up the match. Can Central America and the Caribbean meet Central Europe after that first goal? We will see. Walker on the ball now, getting pressed by Topolsky to Gaisberg. Topolsky wins out. Munoz trying to find someone, clears it away, but only out to Zoe Clark. Zoe Clark going to take it the other way. For Central Europe, Kanicki. And Gang is able to get off of a heavy touch to Diaz. Maldonado now. Trying to find Munoz. It's a poor pass. Okro is able to cut it out. Chevalier now. Honanen to Kanicki. Kanicki with a shot, and Aguilera the third makes a fantastic save. Central Europe, no. That one goal may not cut it against a team like Central America and the Caribbean. A team that loves an upset. Gang to Dejiron. Trying to find someone in the middle. And Satoshi gets there first. To Polsey Lurkin. No wall. Chevalier. Walker. Walker down the left. Getting prep for the gang. Close. Sit over. That shot was certainly not close. Aha. The Heron. Finds Santori. Santori. Down the middle. Santori. Passes back to Maldonado. Versus Kaniki. Trying to find Jang. Doesn't. Grednar now picking up the ball. Finds Walker. Back to Grednar. Grednar to Gaisberg, but Gang's there first. Gonna find Santori out on the right. Santori and Central America now with the chance to find someone in the middle. Akuro is able to clear it away, but Maldonado picks it right back up. Central America not letting the chance go. Maldonado to Diaz. Diaz. The Gang. And Satoshi makes an easy save. Hypothetically, if this game were to go to penalties, we all know how good Satoshi is at penalties. So, personally, I would not worry if I were Central Europe. But hey, who am I? Just a pundit. Maldonado to Putsley. To Munoz with a shot. And there it is. Jonathan Munoz is able to equalize for Central America and the Caribbean. And what a play that was. You know how lethal Jonathan Munoz is. And there, once again, they made it count. Santori to Gang. And Gang is able to find Maldonado with space. Clark has to close down to Putsley with more space. And Munoz first time past Okoro. Okoro unable to keep up with Munoz, who finds a bit of space and strikes it past Satoshi. Noseworthy, clears it away. Diaz, but it's only out to Walker. To Chevalier. Chevalier gonna have a shot. There it is. And it's blocked by Zhu Zhang. And what a goal by Thomas Honan. Off the corner, unexpected for me. Is able to find the header. And Aguilera unable to stop it. Central America and the Caribbean pegged back once again, where Central Europe finds the lead off a fantastic header. Honan, you know how tall they are. Diaz. Central America and the Caribbean trying to find an early equalizer. De Giron gets played off by Grednar, but De Giron wins out. De Giron finds Jang. Trying to find the closer, but it's headed away by Zoe Clark. But back to Maldonado. Noseworthy. Herrera. Diaz. Getting pressed by 3. Herrera. Gang. To De Giron. De Giron with some space. Cuts inside. De Giron with the shot. And Satoshi makes a fantastic save once again. De Giron in the corner. Trying to find similar magic. Jang, but back to De Giron. De Giron getting pressed by Kaneki. Jang with the shot. And Satoshi punches it away and out for another Central American in the Caribbean corner. De Giron. And Satoshi is able to cut out that corner. Central America and the Caribbean. I mean, we've talked about how much they are of, underdogs in this game and pretty much any game that they go into. But you would be able to tell it on the pitch. It looks like pretty two evenly sided teams. Central Europe look lethal every single time that they make their ways. But Central America and the Caribbean certainly don't look bad whatsoever. Gaisberg now. Gaisberg trying to make it the third. No wall. To Walker. Honan, and there it is. Central Europe's third off of another Honan goal. He scored 5 in the first. And Central America and the Caribbean just have another hill to climb. From finding a quick equalizer to now being down by 2 goals. When it looked like Central America and the Caribbean were going to make some kind of upset, Central Europe had to wag their finger and be like, no. Calm down. But hey, there's still time. Second half, 2 goals. It's not impossible. Tapotsi trying to find one of those 2. Diaz. To Tapotsi. Topotli down the left. Finds some space with the shot. And there it is. I'm not saying that first name. Topotli is able to find the second for Central America and the Caribbean. Topotli with a fantastic shot to beat Satoshi, who wasn't able to dodge quick enough. And there it is. Central America and the Caribbean find themselves with 2 goals. Maybe going to find a third right before half. This has been a fantastic match so far. 5 goals in it. Maldonado trying to find Santori. Walker's going to beat him out, though. Getting pressed by Santori. Walker, this is a terrible place to make a mistake. Gaisberg, Tokro, Chevalier. Maldonado is able to cut out that cross to Posley. And a poor pass. Chevalier is able to... But Munoz is able to get it off to Chevalier. Gang. Going to try to find something. Finds Santori, who's able to make it 3 for Central America and the Caribbean, who equalized after going down 2 goals right before halftime. What is going on? Central America and the Caribbean fight back like few teams are able to. Gang able to get a touch just to find some space and find Santori before Satoshi is able to get to the ball and right through Satoshi's legs. What a fantastic goal. And there it is. Central America and the Caribbean equalized once again against Central Europe, who had gone up by 2 goals from 2 hone-in-hand headers. What a fantastic match we're seeing here. Chevalier, who lost the ball earlier. I mean, not a great place to lose a ball. But there it is, 3-3 halftime. What a game we're witnessing. And Central America and the Caribbean, let's look at this. Higher XG. So if there's anyone that deserves to be winning, it's definitely Central America and the Caribbean. But hey, XG is not what matters. It's goals. And right now they're tied. Could we see another potential huge upset from Central America and the Caribbean? Crazier things have happened. But this would still be pretty crazy. I don't want to take away from the fact of how crazy this would be. And here we go. Second half, all to play for here. Clark gets beaten out by Maldonado. De Giron, Central America and the Caribbean want to find a fourth, want to go up for the first time this game. De Giron, to Yang, back to De Giron. De Giron gonna play it down towards the byline, cuts inside. De Giron doing it all himself. It's blocked and cleared away finally by Central Europe. Kaneki plays it down to Honenan. Satoshi now. Case it long. Gang is able to get it back to Aguilera the third. Getting pressed by Close. Is able to clear it. Trying to find someone. No wall. Getting pressed by Santori. A poor touch by Walker. Santori now. Santori has really no one in the middle. Finds Jang. Juju to Munoz. Munoz with a shot. And there it is. Jonathan Munoz is able to put Central America and the Caribbean up by 4-3. Central America and the Caribbean are able to complete the comeback. 3 unanswered goals. When a team has grit like this, how could he not love them? Jonathan Munoz, take a bow. Santori finds Supposedly. Central America and the Caribbean looking dangerous once again. Munoz loses out to Clark. Resting Clark to Satoshi. Satoshi, Central America and the Caribbean able to make Central Europe feel the pressure, but here's Kaneki. Grednar getting pressed by Herrera to Honenan. Honenan with the shot, and Aguilera the third is able to make the save. A wild match so far. Clark trying to find something close with a header, and there it is. Gerd Close is able to equalize for Central Europe. Does fantastic here. Clark just whips it in and Close wins out the header, and Central America and the Caribbean lose out on a third header to equal the match. Clark, Kaneki, Clark, another cross. De Giron's able to clear it this time though. Trying to find Santori. Millwall's there first. Gaisberg plays it all the way back to Satoshi. Satoshi has time. Finds Walker. Millwall to Chevalier. Finds Honenan. Honenan back to Millwall. Gaisberg getting pressed by Topotli. Gaisberg going to find Clark out on the right. Clark to hone it in, and it's just wide. It wasn't just wide, it was way wide. But nevertheless, Central Europe still looking ever so dangerous. Clark. Since old Central Europe for the last 10 minutes. To Chevalier. Chevalier down the middle. Has a shot. It's over. One goal could be the difference maker. But for right now, it's heading to extra tight. Clark for another header. And Hodenan gets the hat trick. Makes it 5 for Central Europe. Their 4th goal on corners. And Central America and the Caribbean losing out on height. Once again. Hodenan going off a corner. It's a hat trick from headers. But a hat trick's a hat trick. And all the goals are goals. Herrera to Zhang. Central America and the Caribbean finding themselves once again down. Maldonado down the left. Maldonado with the shot, and Satoshi makes a save. Becky in the corner. But Satoshi picks that out. Clark now. Finds close. Can't find Chevalier. Zhang now. Getting pressed by Noseworthy. Finds Grudnar. Grudnar with the shot. It's over. 15 minutes for Central America and the Caribbean to equalize, or they will be heading out. Aguilar the third now. Finds Gang to Zhang. Gets taken down by Walker. Grudnar on the ball to Gaisberg. Gaisberg laying it out to the right to Clark. Clark has space. Getting pressed by Topotli. Clark finds Honan in, and for their 4th in the match, Central Europe find themselves with 6 to Central America and the Caribbean's 4. But will it be offsides? Yes, it will. Central America and the Caribbean can take a breath. Still only down by 1 goal. But 1 goal with 15 left is a lot better than 2. Clark trying to find Honan in. No. I could have quite literally just said Honan in. This is where that was going to be their head. Clark beats out to Potsley. Chevalier now for Central Europe. Finds Grudnar. Grudnar loses out to Dehiron, but Dehiron only passes it to Walker. Kaniki trying to find Honan. It's cleared away. Last-ditch effort by Maldonado. And Topotsi is able to walk it out. Diaz. A poor pass by Topotsi. Unable to find Diaz. Topotsi trying to take it away from Clark, but now finds Chevalier. Chevalier. And what are you talking about, ref? But it looks like Gang maybe took down Chevalier, and this could be an ever so important penalty. And it's going to count. Central Europe are going to have their penalty. Aguilar the third needs to make a huge stop to keep Central America and the Caribbean in this match. Hodenham. Aguilar the third makes the save. Noseworthy able to clear. Maldonado now. Central America and the Caribbean trying to find a 5th. Aguilar the third coming up huge for them. Diaz. Trying to find Zhang. Walker beats them out though. Chevalier to Walker. And Maldonado was able to cut that one out. Maldonado. Central America and the Caribbean have numbers. Zhang down the right. Zhang getting kind of stopped by Gang with the shot, and it's way wide. A corner for Dekiron for Central America and the Caribbean. We know how lethal Central Europe is. Trying to find someone. It's headed away by Hodenham. Zhang with the shot. It's off the post and cleared away by Clark. Herrera. Clark for another Central Europe corner. Will this be another goal? Aguilar the third is there, finally having learned how dangerous Central Europe is on these corners. But will it have been too late? Aguilar the third clearing it. Okro. Chevalier to Grudnar. Back to Gaisberg. Gaisberg has Clark on the right. There finds Clark. Clark finds Hodenham. Finds Grudnar. And there's Central Europe 6th. And that puts the game to bed. Central America and the Caribbean putting up a spirited fight, but Central Europe just has that attacking prowess to put Central America and the Caribbean behind and away. Gaisberg finds Clark, who just has so much space, and Clark finds Grudnar. A sea of Central European bodies, and Grudnar is able to put the final touch in. Clark. Kanicki finds Close. Maldonado takes it away from Close. Maldonado down the left. Can't find Munoz. Kanicki. Maldonado. To Noseworthy. Diaz. Herrera. Back to Aguilera the second. The third. Clears it. Trying to find a teammate. Unable to Okoro. But Gang is able to get down the header. Santori trying to find Munoz. Finds supposedly Munoz. Munoz with a shot. And it's over. 3 minutes left. It might take a miracle. Down to 2. Down to 1. Into added time. 95th minute. Walker to Millwall. As Central Europe is going to win this game 6-4. It's just a matter of time. And there it is. The ref blows the whistle. And just a fantastic, spirited comeback from Central America and the Caribbean to go from 3-1 down to 4-3 up. And they weren't able to match Central Europe's 3 unanswered goals after Central America and the Caribbean came with 3 unanswered goals. And Central Europe is going to move on. I mean, I really couldn't have told you that I would have expected a match like this. This is an instant classic for me. I'm so glad I was able to commentate this. Jonathan Munoz, take a bow. One of my favorite players that I've seen so far this football classic that comes from a smaller, region, federation. Central Europe, player of the match, Zoe Clark. Makes sense. Own in hand. Missing the penalties probably what brought them from a 10.0 to a 9.9. But still with the hat trick. Rodnar, Close, and Chevalier all find themselves on the score sheet as well. But when you have 4 assists, it's hard to argue with a 10.0. And there it is. Now comes East Europe versus Asia. An interesting matchup. East Europe and Asia. Asia, having come first in their group, are gonna play Eastern Europe, who came second in their group, in Central Europe's group. Asia just have quite a few players that are just rapid, and a manager that really does know how to put together tactics. Work's been fantastic. And here we go, Asia versus Eastern Europe. Dobrich, Dobra, Suzuki, Kupinez, Lasso, Sourwine, Emperor the Fourth, Pinkman, and I couldn't read the other ones. And Asia, who have 3 out of 3 wins. Let's not forget that. Eastern Europe falling to Central Europe by quite a margin. Here we go. It's all to play for here. Emerson now to Warwick. Ji Hao. Oh, wait. That I like 2%. Gets taken off the ball by Suzuki. Dobrich now. Dobrich on the left for Eastern Europe. Trying to beat Mizukana. And it's off of Mizukana for a corner. Jeez Louise. Dobrich on the corner. Is it just me, or this is a very slow game so far? Slower than any of the other two. We've only had like a minute and 15, but just the players are walking at a snail's pace, trying to find out someone in the middle. Unable to catch, he's able to save that easily. It's a really interesting formation from Asia. I mean, makes sense considering the fact that always a very good wing back, and you have some players that like to play forward. Wang Ji Hao, we all know how good they are. Pinkman, Velasco, Empire the Fourth, Dobra, unable to find Suzuki. I like 2% back to Takechi, trying to find someone. Finds Kyung Min. Kyung Min to Wang Ji Hao. Wang Ji Hao on the left, trying to beat Smalls. To Kyung Min. Taken down by one. Dobra clears it to Capinas, who once again clears it just a little bit further. Work to add like 2%. Takahashi finds Emerson. Emerson on the right, trying to find Jihao. Does, and it's way over, and Jihao's offsides anyway. No, it wasn't offsides. Like 2% on an Asian quarter. Trying to find Chris Ward. Does, and it's headed clear. Headed for a goal kick, not clear. At like 2% on another corner for Asia. Asia trying to find someone in the middle. Cleared away by Sarawan. Hashimoto, away with the shot. And then the 4 is able to make a block. Get back. And the 4th. Cleared away. And it was Red Lasso tripped Takahashi. Dobrich now on the free kick. It's headed off. It bounces on the wall and away. Yeah. And Cesare Pinkman with the goal. I had to clear my my throat real quick. I don't know what's going on. Get this man some milk. Dobrich on the corner. Finds Pinkman with the header. And there it is, easy as you like it. We've seen quite a few goals from corners today. And headers alike. Wang Jihao. Asia trying to find an equalizer. Curls, but just over. Hashimoto. Cleared away by Eastern Europe. Eastern Europe want to protect this 1-0 lead. Hashimoto to Youngmin. Smalls is able to get there, but clears it towards the middle. Not where you want it. Aoi takes down Emerson. Takes down Aoi. And the referee's finally going to call a penalty. 2 players in the box taken down. I feel like both worthy of a penalty. And this is going to be surprising if the referee doesn't call it. And the referee does not. What? Well, I mean, I'm not on there. I'm not on the pitch. What am I going to tell the referee? You can't see? Maybe. Trying to find someone. Cleared away by Eastern Europe. Suzuki to Dobra. Hashimoto able to get it off of the clearance from Eastern Europe. Aoi finds Emerson. Emerson down the right. Emerson trying to find someone in the middle. Finds Aoi. Aoi to work with the shot. And Mobek is able to make a fantastic save there. I like 2%. Hashimoto to Wang Jihao. Jihao with the shot. And Warwick, Mobek is able to push away now for another Asia corner. Headed away by Empire the 4th. But only out to Wang Jihao. Jihao finds Mizukana to Emerson. Emerson with a shot. And Mobek makes that fantastic save. But Emerson was offsides. Aoi. Taken off the ball by Suzuki. Empire the 4th. Down the left. Dobrich, Suzuki, and Takechi makes a fantastic save. Dobrich on the corner. Eastern Europe has already scored from here. Dobrich. But Takechi this time is able to come out and collect. I don't know if you guys are noticing, but there's like a couple French flags like on the bleachers. No one here's French. I mean, French is like, I guess, head colonies in Asia. I don't really know what to make of that. But nevertheless, halftime, Eastern Europe 1 to Asia's 0. I just thought that was an interesting thing to see out on the stands. But Hashimoto really the only highlight for Asia. Asia, who have had quite a few chances, but really they're small chances. I wouldn't have said that any were too big. And Eastern Europe were able to score off of a within corner. Pinkman able to rise up, headed into the back of the net, and Eastern Europe right now are walking away with a lead into half. We've had some very good matchups so far. I mean, Central America and Central Europe putting up 10 goals between the two is, I don't know what you'd call it. Ridiculous? Unfathomable? Surprising? We've had 14 goals today. Dobrich to Lasso. 15. I wasn't even counting this game. Pinkman down by the fourth. Suzuki trying to find Dobro, unable to. Mizukana. Kupinas trying to find an Eastern European teammate, but it's cleared away. Smalls on the right. Smalls trying to find someone in the middle. Cleared away by Killian, but only out to flip. I like 2% Asia with another corner. Cleared away by Eastern Europe, but only out to Oi. Finds Panda. Panda taking it down the middle. I like 2% on the left. Taken with a shot, and it's way over. I like 2% gets it all wrong. Obek clearing it. I like 2% has it away, but Empire the fourth matches, and then it's headed once again by I like 2%. Oi now on the right for Asia. Oi trying to find someone in the middle, trying to find Wen Hao. It finds Panda, but Panda is only able to head it right into Mobek's hands. Eastern Europe still maintaining their lead. It's a 1-0. Pinkman to flip to Sourwine. Sourwine to Smalls. Smalls on the right. Smalls trying to find someone. I like 2% is able to clear it. Empire the fourth. Blocked by Oi. Dobrich on the corner. Eastern Europe have scored from these. I don't know why I have to remind you. Trying to find Pinkman. Trying to find. It's cleared away by Asia, but only out to Smalls. To Sourwine. Flip. Empire the fourth with the shot, and it's over. Hashimoto. Wen Hao. Finds Warwick. Finds Emerson with space. Emerson and Mobek once again makes a fantastic save, but Emerson, as I've said before, is offsides. Empire the fourth. Finds Suzuki. Back to Empire the fourth. Dobra. To Sourwine. Smalls with the shot, and Takechi makes a fantastic save and cleared away by I like 2%. Smalls. Kupinas to Smalls. To Sourwine. To Kupinas. Dobra. Running inside with the shot, and Takechi is able to calmly collect it. Takechi clears it. Trying to find Wen Hao. Pinkman's there first though. Lasso. To Dobra. Dobra has space down the left. Dobra is going to have another shot, and Takechi makes another save. Dobrich trying to find Pinkman. Cleared away. Hashimoto on an Asia corner. Asia need a goal to equalize. Warwick with a header. And finally, Corey Mizukana is able to find that Asia goal. Eastern Europe and Asia tied at 1-1. Both goals from corners, but Warwick this time heads it on to find Mizukana, who finally pushes into the back of the net with his head. Smalls to Kupinas. Smalls trying to find Dobrich. Cleared away by Kilganon. Warwick heads it back into trouble. Kupinas is there. Oh, he's able to head it away. Emerson unable to get there. Lasso wins out against Hao, and Takechi has to make a very, very nice save. It's out for another Eastern Europe corner. Dobrich. To Smalls. Empire the fourth. To Dobrich. And it's... Dobrich was offsides. Takechi now. Hashimoto, 15 more minutes like this, and we're going into extra time. Hashimoto gets pressed by Kupinas. Kupinas wins out. Flip. Unable to get it back to Kupinas. It's now in Asian hands to Takahashi. To Aoi. Aoi trying to find Panda. Cleared away, but only waits to Panda. Panda keeping the counter alive. Work. I like 2%, and Mobik's able to make another fantastic save. And you see a Belgian flag right there. What's going on with these flags? They're not yeah. Are they preparing for Benelux? Maybe it's leftover flags. I don't know why I didn't consider that. Lasso. Smalls. Smalls now. Finds Kupinas. Who finds Lasso to Sauerwein. Sauerwein taken off the ball by Panda. Panda trying to start off an Asia counterattack. Panda getting pressed by Sauerwein. Panda finds Warwick. Warwick down the left. Also getting pressed by Sauerwein. To Panda. Panda to Hashimoto. Hashimoto cuts inside with the shot. And it's just blocked. Out for another Asia corner. At like 2%. And I think it was Dobrich off the line, bouncing in between a couple players, and Dobrich once again is able to clear it. Now running off the ball. Does Eastern Europe have a counter here? Dobrich on the right. Dobrich getting pressed by Panda, and Panda wins out. But it's 4 in Eastern Europe throw-in. Sauerwein loses that to Wang Jihao. Able to clear it. Can't find Emerson. Finds Lasso. To Smalls. Smalls on the right. Smalls trying to find someone in the middle. Smalls wanted to find Eastern Europe's lead again. Taken off the ball by Warwick is Lasso. Emerson now. Down the middle. Finds Aoi with space. Aoi has teammates. Finds Warwick. Warwick needs to be flipped. Emerson with a shot. And Mobek once again makes a fantastic save. Take a bow, Mobek. I mean, don't take a bow yet. You're about to defend a corner. Hashimoto. Cleared away by Kupinas. But only out to Panda. Panda is going to take their time to recycle, but finds Kilganon. Kilganon down the right. And Suzuki has to clear it. Suzuki. 3 more minutes, or this will go to extra time. Eastern Europe want one more. Mobek. Finds Dobrich, but Dobrich finds the wrong person. Takahashi, an old teammate. Aoi down the right. Aoi getting pressed by Suzuki. Aoi trying to find someone in the middle. Finds Panda, and it just hits off the top of the crossbar and away. 4 more minutes, or we will be in extra time. Is there one more chance left? And it seems like we're going into extra time. It's been fantastic from both teams. Eastern Europe going up early, and Corey Mizukana is able to find Asia's equalizer late in the second half. But better late than never. And here we go. I mean, Asia's been dominating. I've said so many times they've been on the corner. But nevertheless, here we go with extra time. Kilganon to Mizukana. And it's Brett Lasso. Comes off injured. I like 2%. Finds Takahashi. I like 2%. To Aoi. I like 2%. Cuts inside. He's going to have a shot. It's over. I like 2% now. Trying to find an Asia goal. Off of the corner. Cleared away by Takahashi. To Panda. Finds Kilganon. Finds Mizukana. Back to Kilganon. Takechi now to Mizukana. To Takahashi. Back to Mizukana. Takechi. Kilganon. Hashimoto. On the left. Trying to find a goal for Asia. Finds Panda. Panda needs to find Wang Jihao. And does. And Wang Jihao, off of a deflection, is able to find Asia's second. And Asia deservedly with the lead now. Eastern Europe, who've been able to hold out for so long, been on the back foot, finally break. The hole in the wall becomes a bigger hole. And Pinkman, who had scored earlier, is the one that the ball gets deflected off of. And Mobek, who's been a fantastic all game, just can't do anything about that. Hashimoto for Asia wants to find a third before half. Hashimoto to Warwick. Warwick finds that like 2%. I like 2% with the shot, but it's way over. Eastern Europe need to find a goal if they want to go to penalties. Or needs to find two to win it. Asia have 15 minutes left to defend. They don't really look like they want to defend. They want to get a third. And here we go. Flip. Dobra to Smalls. Smalls on the right. Getting pressed by Panda. Panda wins out against Smalls. Wang Jihao on the free kick. Blocked by the wall. At like 2%. Cleared away by Eastern Europe, but only out to Panda. Panda gonna take it inside. It's blocked once again for another Asia corner. Eastern Europe need a chance if they want to survive. Hashimoto. Cleared away by Dobrich. Eastern Europe need one more chance if they want to go to penalties. What will it be? Hashimoto. Work to Panda. Panda with the shot. And Slothinson now is going to run up with the ball. To Kubinas. I like 2% trying to find another Asia teammate. And Mobek is able to catch it out of the air. Mobek. Clears it long, trying to find Dobrich or Dobra. But there's Mizukana, but only heads it away to Sarawine. Trying to find Dobrich. Mizukana once again heads it away. Clears it away one more time, but way back to Mobek. Mobek gonna clear it right back. Trying to find Dobrich. Unable to. Sorry, Dobra this time. Panda now on the ball. To Warwick. Warwick, a poor pass. Suzuki's there. Now Dobra. Dobra to find the equalizer. And Marian Dobra is able to find the equalizer for Eastern Europe with 4 minutes to go. Will we be going to penalties? I do not know. But as of right now, we will. Warwick. Poor pass. Suzuki is able to cut that out. And Dobra smashes it home past Takechi. Will there be one goal left in this? Time's running out. Will we see penalties? 1 more minute to go. And the answer is yes. We will. Let's go. Into penalties. I'm happy. I like penalties. The manager's talking with the players. What will they be saying? I can't tell you. I'm not a mind reader. Here's Dobrich with the first against Takechi. Dobrich, who's had an assist so far. Dobrich against Takechi. Makes it. Slots it easily for the first goal in this penalty shootout. Jihao versus Mobek. Jihao right with the goal. A deflection, but still a goal against Mobek. And Jihao slaps it home too. Would be nice. Against Takechi. They're all going the same way. Kupinas goes the same way as Dobrich at least. Emerson now against Mobek. Who will blink first? Emerson against Mobek. A long run up. I don't know what was going on. But what matters is that Emerson scored. Suzuki now against Takechi. Steps back. Suzuki and slots it into the bottom corner. Takechi now on the ball for penalties. A goalkeeper against goalkeeper. Takechi against Mobek. And Takechi wins. Smalls now. Coming out to take a penalty. Smalls against Takechi. And Takechi makes a save. Is this the blink that Asia needs? Hashimoto needs to score for Asia to go up. But Mobek makes a save. It's still tied at 3-3. Here's Flip now for Eastern Europe. Will Flip be able to put number 4 for Eastern Europe on the board against Takechi? And there it is. Flip is able to calmly top corner. Here it is, the 5th Asia miss. They're out. Mobeck. There it is, the end of the match. Oh, he misses the penalty, and Eastern Europe are through. I do apologize for the silence. I've had to I've had some technical issues, but nevertheless, Eastern Europe going through on penalties. I'm sorry I couldn't commentate that moment. That's saved from Mobeck, but nevertheless, Eastern Europe's through. And here we go, Alpine Federation versus Benelux. We've all been waiting for this game. Alpine Federation, who had to beat the USA 3-2 to make it in off of head-to-head. Benelux, who have 9 out of 9. It's going to be an interesting game. Both teams have very good players. Alpine Federation maybe haven't looked as good as they should, but what does that matter now? It's the quarterfinals. Anything can happen. Kovacs to Lorenzo to Hefeweizen. Back to Kovacs on the right. Finds Miedema. Moretti makes a stop, but Miedema going to put it in for De Groot, and De Groot has it over. Kovacs. Miedema to Kovacs. Hefeweizen. Schwartz with the shot is blocked. Mulder now. Kovacs, and there it is. Aussie Trent Kovacs makes a fantastic shot into the bottom corner of the net, and Benelux is up 1-0 early in this match. Mulder, short corner, Kovacs, first time, bottom net, past Twinkle Toes. Nothing but net. OTK makes a fantastic shot. Moretti. Alpine want to equalizer quick. To Voda. Caetano. To Fensterhausen. But Mulder's there first. Mulder trying to do a one-man circus himself. Not calling him a clown, but, you know, one-man act. Nerve degree trying to play a header to no one. Caetano going to take it out of the back. Caetano. To Cartista. To Trella. To Cartista. Voda with the shot. And Chicken is able to push it up and away. Del Vecchio on the corner now. Miedema clears it. Del Vecchio. Kovacs. Ready has a goal. A wonderful goal, too. Miedema. Finds Hefeweizen. Back to Miedema. Miedema trying to find Mulder does. And it's off the corner crossbar and out. But Mulder was offsides. Twinkle Toes. Kovacs able to get there first. Miedema out on the right. Moretti barely wins out. And there it is, Nerve the Groot with Benelux second. But will this be onside? I think not. We will see, though. I'm not the final decision maker. And it is offsides. Nerve the Groot unable to get Benelux second. Yeah, that's pretty far offsides. Del Vecchio to Gaetano to Lichtensteiner. Finds Voda. Lichtensteiner. Lichtsteiner. I don't know why I keep on saying Lichten. Avianish. Down the middle. Finds Cartista to Del Piero. Del Piero with the shot. And Alessandro Del Piero is able to equalize for Alpine Federation. And I think this one will be on. But we will see what the referee says. And it will count. Alpine Federation 1. Benelux 1. Quick passes. Avianish finds Cartista, who finds Del Piero quickly. And Del Piero slots it home. Fast fiery chicken who couldn't have done much about that. When you say by a toenail, you mean by a toenail in that moment. Del Piero barely staying on sides. Nerve the Groot trying to get there first, but it's beaten out. Cartista to Del Piero. Del Piero gets taken down by Detrea, and the referee's going to call that a penalty. I don't know about that. Del Piero looks hurt. Trying to put on a show, or maybe they are really hurt like that. And it is going to be a penalty. Del Piero getting attended by some physicians. Art Detrella is going to go into the book with a yellow. Avianish to put Alpine Federation up against Chicken. Avianish against Chicken, and Chicken's able to make the save. A fantastic save to keep Alpine Federation at 1. Del Vecchio now. Cleared away by the group. To Del Vecchio. Blocked and cleared. Mulder. Blocked by, pass to Kovacs. Kovacs to Schwartz. Blocked. Lorenzo. And Twinkle Toes is able to collect that easily. It's really been quiet for the second half of the first. This second part of the first half. Second half of the first half. Whatever, you get the point. Going into 45. Chicken to Lorenzo. To Kovacs. Taking off the ball by Del Piero. Cartista. Alpine want their second right before half. Cartista. To Voda. Back to Fensterhausen. Finds Del Vecchio. Cuts inside. Mulder is able to get it off. Wrong flex clears once again. Lichtsteiner getting pressed by the Groot. The Groot keeping his distance. A poor pass. Mulder's able to cut that one out. Out on the left. Trying to find maybe a man in the middle. Trying to find Miedema. Miedema with the header. And Twinkle Toes is able to collect that easily out of the air. And here it is. 1-1. Alpine Federation versus Benelux. Alpine Federation dominating Benelux in terms of XG. But we all know that one penalty really did boost those numbers up for the Alpine Federation. If not, it would have been a lot more even. But Alpine Federation for sure had some chances. I mean, no, duh, they've scored a goal. Same with Benelux. Both have scored goals. Thank you, Mr. Avi. Oh, my word. Benelux. Benelux always has subs. It's going to be really interesting to see who they bring on for the second half. Will we see some important subs that are able to give Benelux a winner? I mean, this is Benelux's toughest test so far. They haven't been kept equal like this, really, ever. They won up early 2-0 at halftime against the British Isles. They beat East Africa very handedly. I think it was 3-0. And West Africa, they also beat by quite a lot, I'm pretty sure. I really can't remember the West Africa scoreline. I didn't commentate that one, to be fair. Cartista to Caetano. Finds Habjanic. Finds Voda. Voda to Moretti. Moretti getting pressed by Berenson. Berenson, who makes their appearance off the bench, and Slothenberg also makes their appearance off the bench. Habjanic, taking off your goalkeeper in a quarterfinal is risky business, but will it pay off? Ron Flex to Van Eindhoven. A poor pass. Santori is able to cut that one out. Voda trying to find Cartisa, but Detrella is able to clear it. Berenson down to Kovacs. Kovacs out on the right. Kovacs taking it up the wing to Berenson. Berenson trying to find someone in the middle. Finds Mulder, but Mulder heads it over and wide. Twinkle toes. Santori getting pressed by Hendry. Santori. Del Vecchio to Caetano. Caetano's going to have a shot, and Slothenberg makes a fantastic save right there. Cartista getting pressed by Lorenzo. Cartista is able to make it out of there. Moretti to Voda. Finding Cartista. Cartista needs to find Del Piero or Habjanic. Back to Moretti. Moretti to Habjanic with the shot, and Slothenberg makes a save. I mean, Slothenberg was fantastic against the British Isles, so really, you can't color me too surprised there. Del Vecchio trying to find someone in the middle. Habjanic with the shot, and Slothenberg with another fantastic save. Del Vecchio. 30 minutes left. Finds Fensterhausen, but Fensterhausen heads it over. And it's out for a goal kick. Ronflex to Hendry. Hendry to Mulder. Mulder out on the left. Mulder. Twinkle toes. Able to cut out that cross. I mean, Alpine Federation and Benelux faced each other the last football classic. Benelux having won. So it's a tale of two old foes. Mulder to Hendry. Ronflex. Can they take on the ball by Santori? To Cartista. Cartista doing it all themselves. It's off the post and away. What was going on there? Lorenzo, I think, is able to kind of push it onto the post because Slothenberg looked lost. Del Vecchio now to Santori to Del Vecchio. Gets taken off the ball by Mulder. It's out for another. Alpine Federation corner. And Alpine Federation have looked so good so far. Del Piero now. Hendry able to clear. Santori. And I think Slothenberg is able to turn it onto the post and behind. Del Vecchio. And it's headed up and away. Voda finding themselves on that header, but just can't aim it right. Moretti to Voda. Fensterhausen to Lichtsteiner. Caetano to Santori. Playing it back towards the midfield. Caetano now. Santori. Lichtsteiner. Getting pressed by Voda. Heifethyssen pressing Voda. Voda the other way around. Fensterhausen. Getting pressed by Berenson. Berenson leaving Moretti with some space. To Cartista. Habjanic. Out to Santori. Santori with space. He's going to have a shot. And I think Hendry is able to make a block. That's out for another Alpine Federation corner. Del Piero on the ball now. And it's cleared away by Mulder. I want to make an observation, right? I'm not too sure why this is, but Benelux have always looked good the first half. This time they were maybe a little bit quieter, but this second half they always get peppered. And Slothenberg has to make another important save there. I think Fensterhausen wins the header and heads it down this time on target, but Slothenberg is able to meet Fensterhausen's header and turn it away for a corner. Del Piero trying to find someone. Nerve the group clears it away. Fabianic is going to collect, trying to keep the Benelux attack alive. Benelux. Fabianic on the right. Bounces off of Ronflex. Ronflex not knowing what Santori with the shot. And once again blocked by Hefeweizen. Del Vecchio now. Fabianic. Cleared away by Ronflex. Moretti. To Caetano. Caetano. Cleared away. Moretti. Tackles Moretti. Sorry. Berenson tackles Moretti. Fabianic with the shot is blocked. The group clears once more. Berenson has to take it out now. Berenson to Kovacs. To Berenson. Hefeweizen not able to get there first. Del Pirlo now. Del Pirlo out on the left. Caetano. And Mulder's able to clear it. Berenson to De Groot. Can't find Berenson back. De Groot now. Pressing Fensterhausen. Lake Steiner. Getting pressed by De Groot. Mulder. Santori now. On the right. Santori trying to find. Cartisa does. And Slothenberg makes the save. Let me get it out now. Benelux always look good the first half. They get peppered the second half. I'm not too sure why. Maybe it's the subs. But Slothenberg constantly has to look like a hero. It's very interesting to me to see that. But Slothenberg is able to make it up every single time. Del Vecchio now on an Alpine Federation corner. Here's my observation. It's just wide. Slothenberg looked like they were going to miss out on getting a leg there. Fabianic to Voda. It's been all Alpine Federation this second half. I don't think Benelux have had a real chance already. To Voda. Hefeweizen's able to win out. Kovacs loses that to Moretti. We got 2 more minutes until we go into extra time. Caetano to Lichtsteiner. Fabianic to Del Vecchio. Trying to find someone. Finds Cartisa. It's pushed up and onto the crossbar by Slothenberg. And it's another Alpine Federation corner. Del Vecchio. Cleared away. Cartisa gonna pick it back up. Fabianic. The Santori. Santori. Is there a final winner? Santori jumps over to Hendry. And it seems like Benelux are gonna survive at least into extra time. Mulder. Does Benelux now have a chance for a last minute winner? Nope, it's blocked. Santori. A last-ditch effort for Alpine. Voda with a curler, and Slothenberg makes a fantastic save right there. Oh no, it was wide. And there it is, Alpine Federation with 3 XG, 3.4. It's at Benelux is 0.82. But does XG matter? The answer is no. The thing that only matters is the scoreline, and they're tied at 1-1, and we're going into extra time. Hefeweizen to Deschalo. Van Eindhoven. Santori's there first, as he's been all match. Hendry. I mean, had Fabianic scored the penalty, Alpine Federation would be through. But a missed chance is a missed chance. Kovacs to Van Eindhoven. Hefeweizen. Kovacs. This is the most we've seen on Benelux with the ball since the first half. Berenson trying to find De Groot. De Groot has a shot, but it's blocked, and it's going to be a corner. De Groot. Is there another special chance here with Kovacs? No, going to try to go into the middle, but Twinkle Toes is able to cut that one out. Already. To Cartista. Finds Fensterhausen to Voda. Fabianic. Del Vecchio. On the right. Getting pressed by Mulder. Del Vecchio going to cut inside. Going to have a shot with Slothenberg once again. He's going to make a fantastic save right there. Kovacs. De Lorenzo. Back to Slaufenberg. To Trella. Hefeweizen to Kovacs on the right. Finds Berenson to Hefeweizen to Berenson. Back to Kovacs. Hefeweizen. And on Novin. Ronflex. Hendry having left. Getting pressed by Del Vecchio. And Nerve de Groot finds Benelux second against the run of play. Benelux going to go on top here. Closing in on the end of the first half of extra time. What a goal this will be. And there it is. It's confirmed. Benelux 2, Alpine Federation 1. Alpine Federation need to find an equalizer. But as of right now, Benelux is going through. Wholly against the run of play. But that's the thing. Benelux is just such a great team. Onsides by a mile. And there it is, halftime. Alpine Federation have 15 minutes left to find an equalizer at least. But here it is, Cartista getting started for Alpine Federation. Cartista to Voda. Voda. To Habjanic. Habjanic to Santori. Santori on the right. Gets taken down by Hendry, but right back to Santori, to Del Vecchio. Del Vecchio into the middle. Del Vecchio has a shot, and there it is. Tony Del Vecchio skimming through past Slaufenberg, and Slaufenberg's wall is finally broken. Alpine Federation is able to find a second. Hendry trying to take down Santori, but Santori gets right back up to Del Vecchio, and Del Vecchio does it all himself, cuts inside. I think Ronflex are 1 and 2, but it skims on through, and Slaufenberg is beaten at the far post. And it's tied once again, Benelux 2, Alpine Federation 2. Fensterhausen, Alpine Federation 1 1/3. Voda trying to find Del Pirlo, does. Del Pirlo, who's clearly offsides, is going to score. He would have to take a miracle for this to be onside. And it's pretty clearly off. Yeah. Slaufenberg to Ronflex, to Hendry. On the left, can Benelux find a winner? Benelux, who have been on top twice today. Mulder, who got pegged back twice. To Van Eindhoven with a shot, but Twinkletels makes an easy save. Benelux have looked much more lively this extra time. It's taken them 90 minutes to finally wake up, but here's Kovacs. To Van Eindhoven, the shot is blocked by Fensterhausen and cleared away by Moretti, but only out to Ronflex. Twinkletels. Alpine Federation are still in this match. Mulder, they're equal in this match. I don't know why I'm saying still. Ronflex finds Hefeweizen to Hendry on the left. Getting pressed by Santori. Van Eindhoven to Hendry. Where's the corner flag? Van Eindhoven. Hendry trying to find something in the middle. It's blocked off of Hefeweizen. And finally, Alpine Federation is going to clear it only out to Kovacs. Hefeweizen to Berenson. Berenson with a chance. Taken down. The referee is calling for a penalty. I don't know about that. We will see. Going to the monitor. We've seen every single time that the referee's gone to the monitor, they've not called a penalty. Will this change? Will this stay the same? Means that they have doubts. And the doubts are confirmed. It's no penalty. And this is staying equalized. 4 minutes left. 3, 2, 1. One more. And there it is, penalties. For the second quarterfinal in a row, we will have penalties. De Groot up first for Benelux. Has already scored this match against Twickletoes. De Groot spots at home, and Benelux are able to make their first strike. Habjanic against Slaufenberg. Habjanic just missed a penalty already, but it was against Fiery Chicken. Habjanic this time is able to beat the other goalkeeper. Twickletoes against Van Eindhoven. Twinkle Toes makes an easy save. Van Idelen gets it all wrong. I don't know if they were trying to chip it or something. But Benelux blinks first. Artisa now against Alpine Federation. Beats Slaughtenberg, but barely. Alpine Federation right now, if they continue to score. But here's Hefeweizen. This could change everything. Hefeweizen against Twinkle Toes. And Twinkle Toes makes another fantastic save. Benelux have missed 2 in a row. Here's Voda against Slaughtenberg. And Slaughtenberg is able to make a save. Alpine Federation have that 2. Kovacs needs to score if they want to equalize. A miss could be disastrous. Kovacs against Twinkle Toes. And Kovacs is able to make the mark. Lichtsteiner doesn't want to repeat Voda. Wants to keep Alpine Federation in the lead against Slaughtenberg. Can they come up big again? They do. Alpine Federation 3, Benelux 2. If Benelux misses, they're out. Hopefully no technical difficulties strike me here. Mulder against Twinkle Toes. This could be it for Benelux, who are deemed to go back-to-back against Twinkle Toes, and Mulder is able to score, keeping Benelux alive. But it's all up to Slaughtenberg. Can Slaughtenberg make an important save, or will Alpine Federation? It's Del Pirlo. You know how lethal Del Pirlo is. This is huge against Slaughtenberg to win it for Alpine Federation. And they do. Del Pirlo sends Alpine Federation into the semifinals, beats the champions, Benelux, and Benelux are out. Alpine Federation, with an upset, they've looked dominant all match. It deserved. Alpine Federation beats the champions. And now we will have confirmed a new champion. Let's see what the draw is. I'm excited. This was a great quarterfinals. I mean, man of the match has to be Slaughtenberg. Let's be honest. We'll see who they give it to. Delvecchio with an 8.2. Del Pirlo already had a goal this match. I don't know why I forgot to mention that. Yeah, 8.4. They were huge in net. Getting beaten only once. And that one time, I mean, only able to make one save in the penalty shootout. The Dutch are known to switch out their goalkeepers, and it doesn't always go right for them. Did it against Argentina in 2014, and they found a similar fate. But you were hoping with some Belgian and Luxembourgian essence, it would be different this time, but it wasn't. Alpine Federation through. And let's look at these matches. 2 penalty shootouts, Eastern Europe and Alpine Federation winning them. Central American Caribbean in a classic against Central Europe falling short 6-4, and the Pyrenees looking dominant as ever. Who are now probably the main favorites to win it all. But just because you're a favorite doesn't mean much. You could always fall through. Thank you guys for joining me for these quarterfinals. This was a blast to commentate. Sorry for the difficulties on the Asia penalty. Was unforeseen. But nevertheless, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. This was fantastic. Fun watch. I hope you guys will have a good day, and goodbye.